Well, we are heading up, heading into the flats, and it's kind of clear that there has either been no one up here in a few days, or the very little snowfall that's happened already has covered up much of the tracks. It's kind of slippery coming up here. I thought we'd have a little more traction, but it's a little bit slippery. Let me show you. The only tracks that I see are from the car in front of me. Now that is a Lexus GX 470. Oh, some slip in there. And that's my boss's car. And yeah, it's pretty slippery, kind of going slow, kind of going about 15 miles an hour. And yeah, look at that, there's like nothing on the ground here. Should be an interesting day for the trails. I'm just trying to go slow so I don't careen off the side here. That'd be bad. Well, here we are in the flats. Snowy. It's soft on top, but it's iced on the bottom. We don't see anyone else here. I'm not sure what our plan is. We're going to try and go to the play area, but I didn't think about airing down at all. I mean, I don't have a way to air back up if I air down. But it's my boss up ahead, his Lexus. And we're gonna see what we can do. I'm just trying not to break anything. We're traveling up the mountain, children. Ooh. It's a little slippery. Slightly dangerous, but it is gorgeous up here. Snow is coming down pretty steadily, but we're on trailhead number 2, I think, and we're gonna try and complete the whole loop. This will be interesting because when we did it the first time, was back in November, October maybe. I was a little weary because it was my first time actually going off-roading, like taking this thing like legitimately off-road. And there was a couple spots where I kind of got stuck. I'm sure that's going to be exaggerated and made even more difficult in the snow. So we are aired down. I just have stock JK tire wheels. But the Lexus in front of me has some bead lockers. We are both aired down to 34 psi. Hopefully that'll be enough to get us past everything. But we will see. We're going through it right now. We'll see what happens. Moment of truth. Alright, we made that. Time to keep on going. This was one of the areas I got stuck last time. So we'll see how it goes. The hard part is and we're going backwards. Let's see if I can get more power. Ooh, slid down that hill a couple times. But I'm a little weary when it comes to it, you know, and speed was key. So once I got my speed up, it was fine. I was looking at my rooftop tent, which is still attached. Okay. Banged fairly hard on that one. We'll see. We'll see if there's any damage. Well, that's it. We're heading back down. We just did one trail loop. Had a couple hairy parts, especially that last one. Rocks were super slippery, and even at 34 psi, traction wasn't great. A lot of ice, but we got through it. We got some damage on the Lexus. I'll show you that in a little bit. But maybe when we get down, I'll show you what the boss is running and see what he has. Obviously, I don't have a ton, so my setup will be pretty quick. Ooh, that was a big smash, whatever that was. Again, I think I've said this before. One of my goals is to get another, like a wingman. See, it's empty, just some snacks. It's kind of hard to do filming when it's just the two of us and we each have to drive. So we'll get there. I'll get there. We have some friends. My next door neighbor actually does some off-roading. With his TJ. But that's built to rock crawl, and mine's still daily, so I can't do any crazy rocks because I still got to drive it around. But this was fun. Definitely learning a lot. You know, it's my second time out, and you know, today was a lot different than the first time. So I think for me that's just. The important part is just continuing to do it, continuing to get the experience. Sorry, I'm just kind of slipping and sliding, and you know, continue to learn and get better. I don't think I'd ever want to do anything solo, just because I still don't know a whole lot of what I'm doing. All my gear just bounce up and down like crazy. You know, but I definitely think the more of this stuff that I get to do, just the better you get, the more you learn. And today was no different. You know, the first time it was a little cold, but it was dry. Today was cold, snowy, icy, and definitely learned a lot. Again, I'm one to kind of worry about damage, and I think that kind of deters I think that really determines on how you attack some of these obstacles. Sometimes you need to have speed, and for me, I think, oh, you know what, I don't have enough clearance, so if I speed up and I bump something, you know, I'm gonna smash. And you know, that's why you put on these lifts, that's why you get bigger tires, is that so when you do have to go through obstacles, you know, you're safe, or you're safer. You know, your rig is more capable. And I think I just got to get over that fear Again, I don't really have the money to, if things break, I can't really just fix it. So I think there's a lot of that still just kind of in my mind as I go through some of these obstacles. But it's definitely getting better. That's for sure. Today I had a lot more confidence, even though, I was a little nervous. The first time it was outwardly nervousness, outward nervousness that I just did not want to do some of these things. Okay, I better. Okay, I'm going to go down 4 low real quick. Nervousness of like I don't want to damage anything, which is okay. Those are good feelings to have, but at the same time you just gotta push through it. Sorry, this hill is starting to get really slippery, and I'm not sure if you can see there are cliffs, so I'm trying not to slide off of the cliff, so just bear with me as I go through this very slowly. Anyway, I think once you get over, I don't think you ever get over the fear. I think you attack the fear as best as you can, smartly. I think part of the fear is that I've seen a lot of fail videos, which I should probably not do that. I've seen a lot of videos of 4x4 like wheeling gone wrong, and that's not the kind of mentality that you want. I'm a musician, and I tell my kids all the time, like, mistakes in a piece may happen, but you never go into a performance expecting to make mistakes. And I think once that translates to this, damage will happen. But I'm not going to go in expecting damage to happen, like I'm not going to fear the worst kind of deal. And I think once I get over that, or once that starts to get a little more comfortable for me, I think that'll change. I think my outlook, I don't think the nervousness will ever go away. I don't know. But I think just some of the fear that the vehicle can't do it, where the first time and even today, it was proven the vehicle can do it. So yeah, I think definitely what's next on the list though, and hopefully my wife will let me, is some body armor. I definitely want to get some skid plates. There were a couple spots today where I was certain I was going to smack, and luckily I didn't, but if I did, they were going to be on the pointy edges of a rock. So I just want to make sure I'm as protected as possible. Of course, skids don't protect you all the way. It's not 100%, but something's better than nothing. So, all right, we'll do a rig walk around once we get off this really icy mountain and see what that Lexus has for us. All right, see ya. Oh, and I must say, I am completely surprised at, not in a bad way, but in a very grateful and happy way, that the 4 low in this, in the Jeep Commander works as well as it does. I mean, it is superb. We're going down this hill. My foot isn't even on the gas or anything. And 4 low, we are just crawling down. And you can't really go any higher than, like 5 miles an hour. But when we were going down some of those obstacles, man, the 4 low in this just really showed its teeth. And really surprised. So if you commanders out there, if you doubt your quadra drive 1 or 2 or your quad track, whatever it is, it is very capable. So yeah, trust it. I'm learning.